Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or however many people we actually have in the chat. Welcome to Caffeinated or Die, something I just decided to whip up, and I have a brand new co-host. Say hello to Sparky from Sparky's Tech Corner.
What's up, guys?
So, I decided to do this because I'm up early in the morning. Most of the people I know are up early in the morning. You're up early this morning. So, a morning show seems fitting.
Yeah, I'm usually up doing all sorts of rude shit.
So, I don't actually know how to run a morning show, but apparently I don't know how to run a normal show either. So, this is all going to be kind of on the fly until we figure things out.
I tell you what, you run a entertaining show.
Well, thank you very much. I'm hoping this one will be entertaining as well. So, let's see. Who do we have in chat right now? We have Fermion. Good morning, Fermion. Cassie, how's it going? Reaper's here. Joshua, good morning. I think that's Jester. Good morning, everyone. Well, it's morning for me. I don't care what it is for you. So, all right, let's just jump right into this, shall we? My name's Antoine. I'm joined by Sparky. Yes, we're going in circles. It's fun, and we have some interesting things that we're going to at least attempt to talk about today. I don't know how long we're going to go. Maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, maybe until I get off work. Who knows? Now, the
Or
funny
maybe
thing is, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, well, maybe until we run out of caffeine.
Well, I still am working on a Pepsi. I have a vanilla Coke and a Dr. Pepper, so I should be good.
I
Um,
have a cup of coffee. I've got 2 Cokes and a Monster.
I would normally have a Monster, but yeah, I've been working graveyard for so long, I'm used to it. And we have Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in the chat. Good evening, Doctor. So no espresso. I don't. My little area does not have an espresso machine. I actually hate coffee, but I like caffeine. So, um, we were supposed to start. Well, I guess technically it's 3 a.m. I did a wonderful job at starting this show on the day of daylight savings time. So, that was planned wonderfully.
I think we both got caught off on guard on that one because I actually planned to do something this morning too, and I forgot about it. And it wasn't until I read my chats on my live stream I did. So oh, today is daylight savings.
Yeah, it was kind of a shock. So normally this is going to be starting around 3 a.m., possibly 4. How's it going, Numbskull? Um, yes, I done fucked up already. No, we are actually losing an hour this time, so I'm actually only working 7 hours tonight instead of my normal 8. So, all right. Normally shows like this, what? They talk about things in the paper and whatnot. Well, I don't read the paper. Do you?
Not really. I mean, I think the closest friend to news I've got is reading Facebook and Twitter, but you know how that goes.
Oh yes, Twitter is wonderfully entertaining, especially when people block you and then follow and then cyber stalk you and things like that. Didn't you have something like that happen?
Well, by all means, I mean, this wasn't really planned on talking about, but this just happened. um, yes, I made a video, I want to say it posted up Wednesday about Cody Crossman. And it really
Ah,
it really
Cody.
wasn't a rant. It was just my opinion.
Well, you're allowed your opinion. It's not. It's
Everyone
not
is.
anything. So, I'm sure most of the people in the chat are familiar with Cody and my interactions. I guess you could say. If they watch the villains, the last Tuesday he got run down pretty. Not last Tuesday, Tuesday before he got run down pretty hard. So, um, but what happened? I mean, you decided to post a video. Just any
Well,
particular reason?
well, I don't want to say I know Cody, but I've talked to him a few times, and this was back about a month or so ago. As everyone knows, I'm part of the Knights of the Round Table. I know some love, I know some hate. It is what it is. Altogether, the group just tries to get along and talk about different things. But anyways, we ended up having Cody on, and we talked about the whole MTG, Jeremy Hambley getting banned and all that other good stuff. And what we were trying to do is just get an opinion from the other side about Jeremy. That's all we were trying to do.
Right.
And, it was a good conversation. Nothing really happened. Some people got heated, some tempers flared a little bit, but all in all, it was a good show. And that's all I really talked to Cody back then. Well, about 3 weeks ago, this whole crap happened with Cinder Shadow. And then from there, it just went on. And none of this involved me by any means. But people I knew started getting involved. Cinder Shadow does follow me on Twitter. Yeah, I do follow him back. And I do know a little bit about him. And some things got brought up with Cinder Shadow that I kind of didn't agree with, like the bringing up of his kid. That's one thing I just did not stand for. And then a couple other things happened. I'm not going to mention specifics because I just don't want to go into the details of that without those people being present.
Right.
But some other things happened that involved them. It's basically been like you said. He pokes at people there, then blocks them, then pokes more at them, then blocks them again to where they can't respond. And to me, I don't like that. If you're gonna block someone, block them. Don't talk about them. Leave it be. If you can't handle something and you have to resort blocking a person because you can't handle something you did, don't start something unless you gotta finish it.
Right.
And that's basically what my response video was. I wasn't trying to attack Cody. I'm just giving my opinion about him. And that was all. I wasn't wanting a response. If he wanted to respond, that's fine.
Oh, my
Well,
opinion. My opinion of him is he is a cowardly piece of shit that needs to stop trying to rein in on people's fame. And I mean, well, all he does is try and get attention. And I mean, in this instance, we are giving him said attention because we're talking about him. So he should feel good about that.
yeah, a little bit, but I'm not going to give him credit for it.
Oh, he doesn't deserve credit.
But no, I ended up getting blocked by him because I said something about, it was fucked up. He brought Cinder's kid into this whole deal. But that wasn't the reason why he blocked me. The reason why he blocked me is because I said a certain word that one of your co-hosts on the Proper Villains just loves to say all the time.
Yes. Zell loves that word. He says it with such gusto.
He says it like a comma in a sentence.
it's a period at the end of everything.
Pretty much. And there's nothing wrong with it as long as it's a word. Who cares? As long as it's not being used to attack someone, I don't care. And that's how I look at it.
No, I don't personally say the word. Everyone knows what word we're talking about.
I'm not
I
gonna
don't.
say it.
I don't personally use it. I don't. I don't think I need to use it. Now, I am of the belief of having a fear of a word is giving it power. I have no problem saying it, and I have no problem saying it in mixed company. I actually have a very funny story about that. Okay, I'll tell the story after I'm done saying this statement. So I have no problem with saying the word. I just choose not to. So yes, Reaper, we know what word it is. I'm. So I had a friend of mine when I was playing Magic the Gathering. I helped him learn how to play it. I showed him how to craft a deck, have a win condition, the whole thing, and we became really good friends. And he uses the word very liberally, and but he uses it as, you know, kind of like dude, kind of. And he says he has his cred because he has a birthmark that is on his thigh that is a very, very dark birthmark. So that's his little patch of person of color. So he is allowed to say it. It's his own personal black card. Uh, so we are at an FNM. No, it wasn't an FNM. It was a pre-release. It was a noonday pre-release. And there's 30, 40 people there. And I'm trying to get his attention. Now, I'm playing against someone who I've known, and I would say we were acquaintances. He just happens to be black. And I'm trying to get my friend's attention. Well, I had been hanging out with him so much that, you know, when you hang out with people, you kind of take on their monikers, you take on their mannerisms, and you don't even think about it. So I'm trying to, I keep yelling his name, and he's not paying attention to me. And it's one of those moments in movies where everything gets really quiet and someone says something really stupid.
Oh
So,
yeah.
God. So I say, I'm not doxing him. His name is Mikey. I say, Mikey, stop being a nigger. And the whole place goes dead silent right before I say it. And it dawns on me what I said. I look over at the table. I look over across the table and I'm like, that's not what I meant. He goes, no, no, no. I know, Mikey. We're cool, dude. I'm like, okay. But everybody else looked at me like I was a moron. I was like, no, it's okay. It's slang. I know I used the hard R. He's okay with it because he was the only black guy there. So it's, you know, the token black minority that is at our LGS. He said it was okay. But that's my embarrassing moment. Yes, I said it. I said I have no problem saying it.
He
Anyway,
did say that. He did say, yeah, no problem saying it.
so that's my funny story with the bird. But please, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
Oh, no.
Continue.
It's to me, this whole thing's a non-issue. So I'll continue on my little story, but that's about it. But no, he blocked me back then. I've been blocked ever since. Well, like I said, some things happened. Not gonna go into very, very good detail about it, but it got to the point where I got tired of it. And I'm one of those people, if I have an opinion about something, I'm either gonna put it out on Twitter or I'm gonna make a video about it. I've made several videos about different people, whether they're good or bad. That's for different people to determine. But I have done responses to Alex Maurer, to Phil DeLuca, to Darth Marber. I've made several responses. Even I can't remember his name. He has a weird ass haircut and talks about MTG. Is it bad that I don't remember his name? It's
Just call him weird haircut guy. It's fine.
yeah. Anyways,
I mean, if anyone knows Gwen in the chat when she's on Discord, ask her why she knows someone named Popcan Man.
Popcan Man.
Mm-hmm.
I have to ask her that sometime. But anyways, I make opinionated videos. Sometimes they're, I wouldn't say they're all hit pieces. I just basically relay the information that I know and I put my subjective opinion on comment, and I have every right to do so, just like anyone has a right to do with me. The only thing I ask is if you do something on me, make sure it's truthful. Or if I call you out on it and I can prove it, you know, that's all I ask. And I give people the same courtesy. If I say something derogatory dishonest about someone I didn't mean to, I'm more than glad to change my stance on something. I've done it several times. I'm not afraid to continue doing it.
Well, you have to be intellectually honest about things. You
You
can't
do.
you can't throw you can't throw something at someone and not allow them to respond. And if they prove you wrong, at least man up and say that you were wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've done it. I've done it with several people. You know one of those people, and I've got to admit, I was halfway wrong in that argument, and I admitted so, and everything's hunky dory and fine now. But my opinion about Cody was basically everything I stated in my video. Was his opinion on Jeremy. His whole reason why he didn't like him was because.
Continue
Whoa.
on. Nope. Continue on.
All right, but his whole opinion about not liking Jeremy was because he went after Christine Sprinkles and he was said some mean things about her. Well, some of the things that he said holds merit in my book, and I proved that for some instances. Another thing I called out was him bringing Cinder's kid into the whole deal over a T-shirt. And that's how the whole thing started, was with a T-shirt about what Cinder Shadow screen capped. And I've gotten corrections on my video, and I've got those corrections pinned in the comments for that video. So I'll admit I didn't do a lot of research. I was just rehashing what I knew of the situation and giving my opinion on why I thought some of the things he did was kind of douchey. And then the last
he is a douche. That's all we have to say. I mean, he is a douche.
Yeah. And the last topic I bring up in the video is about him, like I said, blocking people, unblocking them, saying shit, then blocking them before they have a chance to reply. He did that to me. I know he's done it to you. I know he's done it to several other people. And that's just not, it's like, why? Why do you do this? It's like, what is the point?
It's so he can talk shit. Now, I don't block people unless it's really egregious. Like if you come at me and all you are doing is running me down, and it's trying to insult me, and you're not actually conversing, you are either I'm going to put you on mute or I'm going to block you. I don't need to deal with it. I have other things that I want to do, during my day. But to block someone and then talk shit about them is it's kind of a douche move, and it's his forte. Now, okay, I have a sock account for Twitter. Oh no,
everyone does.
Oh no, I admitted it. Gasp. Anyway, what happens if I get banned off Twitter on my main account? Well, I'll have a sock account that I can just say, hey, everybody, go here. It's my Twitter account, and I'll go from there. So, from my sock account, I follow certain people. I have openly admitted that I have a sock account, and I found something on Cody, and it made me laugh, and I shared it on my Discord. My Discord is open. Anybody wants to join can join. Believe it or not, I just had Schmeckle join my Discord. I don't know how to feel about that. I think he's trying to get inside information, but we won't go there. That's a whole different topic. I don't like giant gorillas messing up the place, but once they start going, shit and bananas follow. So I have no problem with anybody being on my Discord. I had someone join my Discord right after my last Sargon video, and he has done nothing but troll, or at least attempt to troll, and he's got put in his place quite a few times. But you can come on. So if he would have announced, and this is what I don't like, Cody, apparently, he says he has a spy in my Discord. I honestly think it's a public Discord. The motherfucker is low key stalking me. That's fine. But do not accuse me of stalking you because I saw something you said through my sock account on Twitter. I don't look at him. I don't do anything about it. I just looked up to see if he was talking about me after our little agreement. And he didn't. Well, I found out why is because he was suspended for a week. So there's that. But he just he's intellectually dishonest, and that's the worst part of it. Absolutely intellectually dishonest. So
Well, for me, I don't like to call people that unless I have rock solid hard evidence. And I have my reasons why I do that. And it's because I don't like that when it's done to me. So I try to give people the same benefit of the doubt at times. Now, lo and behold, to me, what ended up happening afterwards was I made the video and I posted it. I was blocked by Cody. So
right.
I wasn't looking for a response. I really didn't care if he seen the video or not. It's whatever. It was my opinion about it. Well, apparently he responded to the video, but I didn't get a notification about it. And I'm still baffled on why I didn't get a notification about it. I actually found out about it because somebody DM'd me about it. It's like, hey, what's this about? I read the picture and it's like, well, this is interesting. Did he post this on his own account? It's like, no. This was on your tweet and you haven't responded to it.
Here,
Like,
I can screen
really?
share. I have your tweet pulled up right now. Give me just a second.
All right. But anyways, it's like it's interesting because I didn't know about that. And it's like, okay, well, he says he hasn't watched it, which if he has or hasn't, it's whatever. But I don't know what he means by triggered. I could really give a shit less of what he does or doesn't. I have my right to my opinion, just like he has his right to do all the shit he does. And this was my opinion, was that video, and that's all I was gonna leave on it. But he wants to talk about it.
He
Well,
doesn't want to talk about it. He's going to say he wants a one-on-one conversation, and then he's going to block you, or he's going to pull out at the last second. Really quick. Yes. You know where I bank. Just saying hello to Buzz and Buzz, Rickist. Welcome, guys. Welcome to the morning. Welcome to Caffeinated or Die.
Yeah. Buzz, I told you I was gonna be on a live stream and you were gonna be surprised.
Now, now, Numbskull, the reason I'm not wearing my tie is because, well, I don't like wearing ties. That's. I'm going to be on Numbskull's stream, his quiz show stream on Thursday this week. So
nice.
He created he took my avatar and cut it out basically, and he gave it a tie, handcuffs, and a rope. All because Reaper decided to kind of convince him, since I'm going to be reading 50 Shades of Grey at some point. I have to reorder it because they sent the books to the wrong address. So as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to be doing that.
I hate when that happens.
Well, I ended up not changing my address when I moved from one place to another, so it sent it to my old address. And I'm not going to be bothered about trying to get the books reshipped to my place. So I'll just leave it as is.
I was gonna say I had the same issues with a certain item that you know about. Took
Yes.
forever. But anyways, it's like anyways, Cody responded. I was like, okay, I found out about this third party. I don't care. You want to talk one on one? The first thing that came into my mind was what happened with you, what happened with Brockus, what happened with Tonka and the Kumite.
How's it going,
I
Darkside?
I'm not going to put the time and effort to plan something and have him cancel on me. And
Oh, you
I'm
gave
not.
him an hour? You gave him an hour and a half to respond.
I know, and that's why I did. And the reason why I did that is because I just want to get this out of the way. If you're gonna respond to someone and say, "Hey, let's talk and let's plan something," after you've already dropped several other people and doing the same thing, I'm not gonna go through the trouble and do that. It's not worth my time. So I just tagged him in post, but if he saw it or not, because he doesn't get a notification of me, that's not my fault. I tagged him in
Right.
it. Now I put up the live stream and I gave him an hour to respond. Now after the hour, I was gracious enough to give him 30 more minutes. So I technically gave him an hour and 30 minutes waiting on live stream for him to show up so we can talk about me being triggered. And I got caught out because, well, he couldn't see it or I didn't give him enough time. It's like, I don't care. Now, if he's truly sincere and he does want to talk, no, if he does want to talk, I might reconsider. But it's gonna be on a live stream basis. I am not doing this without it being on a live stream.
Yeah. Numbed, please don't. Numbskull, please don't go through the trouble of scanning 50 Shades of Grey into your computer. It's not worth it. Really, it's not. I will be getting the books again. Don't worry. They're coming. I just don't take the time. Don't ruin your scanner because of those pieces of shit. Okay, Sparky, you know me. You know what I like to do with my channel. Right? You
For
know
the most part, yes.
I enjoy pointing out stupidity. It's fun for me. I just came across this. I don't know if you can see it. You can
I
see that,
actually
right?
I seen that sometime today.
Shaming women for our body odor is low key sexist. Okay,
Yeah.
shaming. Come on, really? I don't. Shaming anyone for their body odor is not low key sexist because you can do it to men, you can do it to women. It's telling you you fucking stink. I don't want to
Well,
sit next to you on the bus. I don't want to be anywhere near you on the subway. I don't want to be waiting behind you in line. I don't want to be sitting across from you playing Magic. Go take a shower.
can I point this out real quick?
Yeah. Aside from
I mean,
blue armpit hair.
I,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I mean, her armpit hair is the color of the rainbow, so I mean, you would figure you'd smell Skittles or something prettier. I mean, you got the 7 colors of the rainbow right there. I mean, pick a color.
It's.
I
I
want to, I
mean,
want to, I want to put scratch and sniff.
oh God, no. You know what? You can look. I happen to know exactly who this woman is. I have her number. I will give it to you, Sparky, and you can ask her if it's scratch and sniff.
Oh no! Don't go for the trouble of that.
Oh God, why make something worse?
Hey. I'm not the one that put the picture or shared the picture of Lizard with everyone.
I did not. That was Bering's
I
fault.
know.
That was Bering's fault. That was not mine. And you know what? I still have it burned into my retinas to this day. So you know what? I could have gone eons without seeing that, but now I'm stuck with that memory.
Things make you go. Buh.
So
Anyways,
anyway, for that cringe, and you made it worse with the scratch and sniff. Seriously.
hey, I am very low key on things. Just imagine if it was Brockus Zell Lo-Fi.
Uh,
I'm just pointing that out for you.
anyway, all right. Fermion says that girl needs a lifeguard. She's been in the gene pool too long. Bravo, sir. Bravo.
Some of the things people come up with are sexist. It's amazing.
Cass in the chat, she showed me something called an eco-feminist. I still don't quite grasp what an eco-feminist is, as far as I can tell. It's, I mean, seriously, an eco-feminist. Apparently what it is it's blaming men for the problems of everyday life. You know, the men are the problems for global warming, men are problems for war, men are problems for pollution, men are problems for everything. So, in essence, it's being a feminist just with a fancy title.
Well, yeah, they love the titles.
So, okay, really, do you know who Big Red is? Not the gum. The gum is actually enjoyable.
No, I don't.
Okay, give me just a second here because
there's a lot of things you probably
there's also
know.
I forgot. There's also a soda called Big Red.
You know a lot of things that I don't. So,
all right, here we go. I will screen share again. And the only reason I bring it up is because someone said something in the chat, and I'm more interested in that.
oh no. I okay. I know who you're talking about now.
Okay, so everyone knows who Big Red is.
Yeah.
Who's it? Where was it? Ray Martinez said he's seen her nude. Right? I mean, look, Anita Sarkeesian is, aside from being a hypocrite, she's actually pretty good looking, and I'll admit that. I wouldn't mind seeing Anita Sarkeesian naked. This, on the other hand, I'd rather look at Liz's picture than see her naked.
What about Lena Dunham?
Oh, Sparky, why? You go from bad to worse. No. Oh God, no, Lena Dunham. No, Lena Dunham. I mean, seriously, Sparky, this is who you want.
No, I've heard about it. I have not seen it. I don't want to see it.
That's who you want to see.
No.
That's who you want to see.
No.
You don't want to. You don't want to see that. You sure?
No.
Because I'm sure I can find it. I'll send it to you.
I'm pretty sure you could too. I don't want to see it. I've heard about it. That's the only reason why I said anything about it. I'm pretty sure you don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want nightmares when I go to sleep sometime.
I have seen some shit. No, James. No, she's not. James, no. No, James, no. James says she's sexy. Whoa. Anyway, that
Dude,
I just
higher standards, man. Higher standards.
oh god. It's like saying you want to see Clementine Ford naked. It's just not something that you want. It's
There's some people you want to see naked. There's some people, it's like, wear layers.
lots of layers. Like so many layers that we cannot tell that you're human underneath it. That's how many layers.
You know, it's I had so many people criticize other people because, well, you're downplaying people, or you are being unfair to people, and it's like, no, I mean, you got to understand that in a society, any society you live in, there's things that's called decent and undecent. Now, I've been criticized for telling somebody in Walmart about, maybe you need to not wear spandex.
Hey, spandex is a privilege, not a right.
Well, to be honest, the way I put it to this person is, it doesn't matter if you weigh 100 pounds or if you weigh 400 pounds. I don't think it's real appropriate to wear in public, and that's just me. I mean, call me old-fashioned or whatever, but I just don't see it, why you should show off that much in public. I mean, by all means, if you want to, go ahead, but don't get butthurt when somebody said something about it. Like, oh, I had this friend, and she always went around, excuse the term, dressed like a street hooker. And she always got real pissed about being, sexually flaunted at. And I was like, well, maybe you shouldn't wear the stuff you wear. And then the only thing she can come up to me and say is, well, it's a free country. I can wear what I want. And it's like, well, again, it's a free country. People can say what they want.
Exactly.
And it's like there's a compromise that you gotta make. Everyone has a compromise they gotta make. It doesn't matter if it's a freedom or not. I mean, it's like, you can't go, oh, don't even fucking dare. Don't even fucking dare. No.
What?
No.
What? I didn't do anything. What are you doing? What did I do?
Who you got pulled up right now? No. Bad Antron. And you say I went lost. Now, I'll say this right now. There's some good-looking trans girls. Okay.
Yes.
This is not one of
Hey, look, my chat decides to troll me all the time. I get to do things back. So if I have to pull up pictures of Riley Dennis, I will. At least I'm not bringing up pictures of some like bell hooks or things like that. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's just yes, that is a man. Apparently she is going to be moving to Australia with her girlfriend. But I say good riddance. What, you want me to bring a picture of bell hooks? All right, I'll find bell hooks.
What have you done?
Hold on a second.
What have you done? Why? Why would you ask him to do this? God, he's doing it too. Okay, chat. Now's your chance to stop him. Put 1 in the chat if you don't want him to do it. Put 2 in the chat if you do want him to do it.
Do what? What am I doing?
Bring up a picture of Bell Hook.
Oh, you want me? I can, like I said, I can find bell hooks. It's fine. Hold on.
I know you can. I'm asking the chat. They want it or not.
It doesn't matter what the chat wants. You know, looking at her when she was younger, she was actually very attractive. But now, I mean, now, well, I'll let you guys decide. She's not
Oh, God.
but she's not the worst. That's the thing. Like, you can see when she was younger, she was actually kind of, you know, she was kind of pretty, but that is a
Yeah.
man.
And Michael Jackson invited boys to his mansion and didn't do anything to him, too.
I'm just saying, it's face is like a pancake. Well, she's got pock marks and things like that. James apparently just likes everything. I've pulled everything I've pulled up. Oh, what is
He
one?
he probably likes that hentai picture that one person made for you.
No. See, that we're not going to bring up. I don't know. We're not talking about that one because that actually
that will get yanked.
probably. Oh, what is her name? I'll think of it. Anyway, go on. Talk about something. I'll think something.
God, what's a good thing to detract from? That's not God bringing any more pictures up. So how's the weather been where you're at?
It's been raining, but I like the rain. It's not bad. Yes, Cass. There's a Rule 34 picture of Antoine out there, and it's been on Twitter, and you can try and find it. It was like, what, 2 weeks ago? So good luck.
What, 3 or 4 weeks ago?
Yeah. So it's gone to the Twitter gods. It has been sacrificed.
Yeah, watch. It'll be brought back up on your Twitter.
Oh, shut up. Don't. Actually, I think he's in the chat. Darkside, are you in the chat still? He's the one who drew it.
That's really good artwork. I'll say that much.
I don't want to talk about Trump. No, I do want to talk about Trump. Okay. You heard he went to talk to the video game producers, right? The heads of certain production companies, because he wants to hold video games accountable for violence.
I haven't heard that one. To be honest, I was all over the campaign. I was all over the whole news about that whole thing when he was getting elected. After he got elected, and after a couple months, the excitement for me died down, and it's like, it's just back to work. And I haven't really paid much attention to him or anything else for the last 5 or 6 months.
Well, apparently he's been advancing North Korea to try and attack us with nuclear missiles. He still wants to build his wall. He really hasn't done much. I wasn't a Trump supporter, but I wasn't a Hillary supporter. I liked him more than I liked Hillary. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah,
okay,
it was it was like a treasure of two evils. It was like, what do you pick?
So, with the shooting that happened, right? Everybody's all up in arms, and now they have these kids who are still going around, and they're promoting gun control and things like that. And then one of them said, "Oh, I'm pro Second Amendment. I'm really the main one, Michael, whatever his name is, Hogg or Hard or whatever. He's like, I'm pro Second Amendment and all that. I've done used guns since I was little." And then he goes around questioning the NRA and things like that. And then before I get on Trump, there are people who want the NRA held accountable for gun violence. If they get to hold the NRA accountable for gun violence, I cannot wait to hold Delta Airlines and American Airlines and all them accountable for plane crashes. On top of that, being able to hold Ford and Chevy and all them accountable for car crashes. But the real kicker is going to be that I'm going to be able to finally sue Penthouse and hold them accountable for my carpal tunnel syndrome when I was younger.
I don't know about that last part, but you took the words out of my mouth. It's
you
stupid.
can't. You have to hold the person accountable, not the NRA, not some grouping of people. You have to hold the person accountable. You have to have personal accountability. You cannot have. You can't. There cannot be a giant boogeyman that gets blamed. So
Okay.
it's
okay. You're familiar with Vlad, right?
Yeah, well, as familiar as I can be.
Okay. Me and him kind of share the same stance on the whole gun control bit. It's common sense, okay? You can outlaw guns. You can restrict guns. You can ban guns. You can get rid of guns. You can put all the permits out there, make them hard to get. You can make it illegal to own a weapon. Here's the way it goes. Criminals do not follow the law. That's why they're called criminals. That's why you see shootings in no gun zones, because they do not care. You know why no gun zones are a prime target? Because nobody's going to shoot back at them.
Exactly. It's a perfect place for them to rack up a body count. The cops aren't going to be there in enough time to actually do anything about it.
Exactly. Where I'm at, there's open carry. There's concealed carry. We don't have any shootings around here. There was actually one. My friend, one of my friends, he's a truck driver, was at McDonald's, and the McDonald's got held up while he was at eating. You know what happened? He pulled his weapon.
What?
He cornered him. He disarmed him, and he held him at bay until the authorities showed up.
And that's what's supposed to happen. I mean, now, okay, I'm not going to be doing a video on gun control. I'm not. I don't want to. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be anywhere near that topic because it's going to piss somebody off, and I don't like pissing people. Well, I can't say I don't like pissing people off. I just don't like pissing everyone off. So here's my theory on gun control. It's needed. Okay, I'm not saying take away guns. I'm just saying, look, if they go to a course and they learn how to use it, you have to get a background check. If you learn the laws behind it, you should be allowed to have a gun. Everyone should be allowed to have a gun, unless you are, of course, a felon. Because, God damn it, Akio!
Unless like you found it.
Yeah, he found it. So that's my theory on guns. Just owning a gun. If you go through everything, you have a right to.
Yeah.
But you're being taught how to use the gun.
Mm-hmm.
If you have committed a felony, you don't get to have a gun. Just like you don't get to do certain things. You have thrown your life away. You do not get to have you don't get to have the privileges. I don't even think you should have a driver's license. But of course, with the way things are today, you kind of have to have a driver's license to get around. So I'm not going to take that away from them.
Well, you got ID cards.
Criminals are going to be criminals. It doesn't matter if the more gun control you give the law-abiding citizens, the less guns are going to be used to stop the criminals.
Mm-hmm.
I got into it with someone. I got into it with someone on Twitter who said the cops should have their guns taken away. And I said, well, then the criminals are just going to overrun everything. And basically they said, no, it just means the cops have to find a different way. No, you dumbass. You didn't say take guns away from everyone. You just said take the guns away from the cops. So by your logic, by using your own words against you, you just don't like cops. It has nothing to do with the criminals that have the guns. This subject is just the subject is very divisive, and you are either really really for it or you're really really against it. And the people who are in the middle, like me, who believe in a little bit of both, kind of get overlooked. And I it's why I don't want to talk about it. I don't know enough about gun laws. If you want what I think should happen, I'll direct you to Steven Crowder, because he actually has a good opinion on what should be done with guns.
Yeah.
So it's,
well, you gotta look at it like this. They want to say, well, semi-automatic or fully automatic weapons kill a lot of people. Well, so can anyone else in a car. So can anyone else with a mixture of home chemicals you can buy off the store from your local Walmart or Home Depot. You can with a baseball bat. Hell, if you even know how, you can with your fists. The problem is, if you got somebody that has the mentality of, they're gonna kill someone. It doesn't matter if they have a BB gun, a semi-auto, a fully auto, or just a blunt object. They're
right.
going to do it.
So okay, so we have a couple of things in the chat, because I knew this was going to happen. Okay, Rickist says, all I'm saying is when the Second Amendment was written, citizens and the military had the same weapons. Okay, if we're going to use that logic, then the First Amendment does not apply to the internet, radio, or anything other than pen and paper. You can't. The Second Amendment was used for the time. You cannot. Just because they had muskets back then doesn't mean that they did not mean fire. It just says that it's a well-armed militia. It's, we could lose our guns. We could not have guns at all. Like, they could have never have been made, and a well-armed militia would still be considered swords and sticks.
Well, if you look back, and historians and documentarians actually went over and looked over the Second Amendment, and the way it was written.
Long time no see.
I'm always on this side. Anyways, why he's doing that? When the Second Amendment was being written, when the founding fathers were bringing up the Constitution, the Declaration, all that other good stuff, they writ in musket at the time because of the simple fact that was the most high-powered weapon besides from a cannon that was available. And
okay, so
if you go through and you translate it, it's whatever. I forgot the wording of it. Now I'm just gonna sound like an idiot because it's been so long since I've looked at it. It's the way they ran it is the citizens or militia would have the ability to have the same weapons and use the same weapons as what the military did. Muskets was the most high-powered weapon at the time. Therefore, as time goes on, that would carry over.
Yeah, that's kind of what Tom was saying. Hey, if they want to give everyone a tank, I'll take a tank. I would love to drive to work in a tank because I plan on ruining that freeway. Now, some of the other stuff that was said, let's see.
I'm sorry. You bring that up, just brings up an image from, I could just see Bonaparte. You pulling up in Bonaparte.
Okay, so I'd like to pose this this is from Jester. I'd like to pose this question with no ill will. Say a felon has been released from prison and it's years later, and they have actually changed because people can change and will change, and they become a law-abiding citizen. Should they still be restricted? Okay, so the way that it works is you had your chance. Now, to become a felon, you have to do something pretty egregious. If there are any felons in the chat, I'm sorry. This is my beliefs. You cannot like them. You cannot agree with them. You can hate me for them. You had your chance. You chose wrong. You do not get to then be part of normal society again. Now, do I agree with the fact that you guys have hard times finding jobs? No, I don't think it's fair. I think being considered a felon and trying to get your life around and mainstream jobs basically turning you away because, oh, you have a felony on your record is unfair. Now, I'm talking about things that are like owning a gun. That's a privilege. Owning a driver's license. That's a privilege. Those are things that you can have taken away from you. The right to work and live should not be taken away from you. So the fact that there are companies out there who refuse to hire felons because they're felons, that's not fair. And what it'll do to that felon is make them go back to what got them in trouble in the first place. There's a problem with that. There's a problem in this society with that because of what the felony is. Now, if we're not talking about murder here, all right, if you're out on parole, you didn't murder someone. Well, you did if it's murder two, which means murder without intent, and you're older, or if it's manslaughter. But it's what I'm not talking about, murder one.
Actually, I actually have something to bring up whenever you get done about involuntary manslaughter, because this is actually kind of interesting that I think you might find intriguing.
Okay, well, let me finish and we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's unfair that they are treated the way they are, especially if they've gone through and they are trying to reform themselves. Now, I've known felons. Okay, I've known some really nice ones. They ended up going back into the system because they got shit on by the system. Now, the felons that I knew happened to be white. That doesn't really matter to me. It's the fact that they were trying to change their life. They were trying to turn it around, but they couldn't get anywhere. They couldn't do anything. So instead of living on the street, they decided that they wanted to go back in. They get 3 hots in a cot. 3 hot meals a day. They get a cot to sleep on, and they get basically told how to run their lives. That's not fair. That's not fair that the society that we live in today has such a stigma on it that they're not going to do anything about.
I I think that needs to be some sort of law reform, because to me it's too vague. And I mean, it's complicated enough as it is, but it's too vague. Like there should be a felony for different types of crimes, like murder, assault, robbery, drugs. They should have their own category, and that should affect whatever realm.
Well, no, they do have their own category. I mean, a felony is just, it means it's a federal crime.
Yeah. Well, what I mean is the categorization of a felony. It's like, to me, you can. All right, this just gotta bring back up like what I was talking about. Nobody in the chat knows I am actually a mechanic for a truck dealership, Peterbilt. Something interesting I found out a long time ago whenever I saw mechanicing was the U.S. Department of Highway and Transportation's DOT has very strict rules and criteria, especially for mechanics. Now, a hypothetical that actually happened, but it's going to be a hypothetical because I'm not going to bring details. Say a truck comes into a shop and that truck had its wheel ends worked on. And frame was done, it went down the road. And that rear end falls off and happens to kill someone. Paperwork traces it back to the mechanic that worked on it. That mechanic can be charged for involuntary manslaughter. Even if you pass a DOT on a truck and something wasn't safe, say you're having an off day and you did a DOT and you missed something. And that something happened to either kill the driver of the truck or kill somebody on the road. It comes back, well, this truck just was DOT'd, say, a couple days ago. And it comes back to the person who did the DOT. Same thing. You get charged for involuntary manslaughter. Now, whenever I say categories and stages for felonies, like something like that, I don't think it should knock you. I don't think something like that should really affect you as much as like committing a murder or doing something real heinous, but it can. And that's why I think some changes need to be implemented so where it's not as vague and a little bit more detailed.
No, I agree with that, but that's again what manslaughter. Okay, so manslaughter falls under the category of killing by accident, right? So there are different levels of manslaughter, of course, and each one carries a different type of jail sentence. And most of the time, in that instance, a truck tire falls off and it plows into, Sister Abigail and kills her instantly. Most of the time, since the truck driver is the one driving, he's going to be the one that is charged, correct? Now, most of the time when that happens, he is pled out to a lesser charge. Now, he may just get parole, he may get community service, he may get something, but it's not necessarily his fault that it happened. It's more along the lines of what it is they want to hold someone accountable.
Yes.
So they can't hold the truck accountable, right? They can't hold the truck. They can go after the truck maker, but they have to prove that the truck maker made that wheel faulty, and that's almost impossible to prove. So they have to hold someone accountable, and that person happens to be the driver. Now, if it is actually not the driver's fault, there's a good chance that he won't get accused, or not accused. He won't get incarcerated. He won't get convicted. But let's say the driver in this hypothetical also happened to be driving on a 48-hour bender. And I don't mean bender like I'm talking about he was on the road for 48 hours. He hasn't slept yet. He was on uppers to the whole time trying to get himself to the next stop. Then we start talking about adding two different levels of manslaughter because it was his fault for trying to push that hard. So it all depends on the situation. Now, if we're talking about just the hypothetical, the truck tire comes off, kills Sister Abigail, and that's it. More often than not, the truck driver is going to be pled out if he is found guilty or not convicted at all.
Yeah. Usually with stuff like that, DOT usually ends up pulling a big investigation. And it's for commercial trucks, it gets real convoluted and complicated because I've been on the side of this on the mechanics side. I've seen it happen to mechanics. I've had a friend that happened to. And I've seen it happen on the fire department side. Now, usually they don't come out and do you're guilty or you're being charged with this right off the get-go. No one's charged until DOT gets done with the investigations, and they go through everything. They go through maintenance records, logs, the company maintenance records. And whenever it involves a company, they just don't go through that truck. They go through the entire fleet to check for things. And they go through the driver background. And once they get done with that and they can't find anything, then it goes deeper into maintenance facilities where the vehicle's been at, the company's maintenance facilities. Some of these investigations take up to about 2, 3, 4 months up to a year before an actual charge is committed to someone, unless it could just be flat out proven that it was this or it was this.
Right.
Now,
well, they have to investigate. They have to make sure.
Yeah.
They want to make sure that they're getting the right things done, so they can accuse someone or not accuse someone. At one point, I wanted to be a lawyer. Just let me put that out there. I have tried don the hats of many a profession. It never really. It was more along the lines of, oh, I have to go through like 8 more years of school. I don't want to be a lawyer that badly. But I did start reading into law and things like that. It's fascinating. All of it's fascinating, but we went way off track of what I wanted to talk about.
Sorry, I am sorry.
Like we were going to, you know how Bugs Bunny is always saying we took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. Well, we didn't just take a wrong turn. We ran it over, burned it to the ground, and then named it something else. It's now called Constantinople.
No. Oh fuck, God, I can't remember it now. No, his name is Fred.
Fred?
No, not Fred. Yeah, well, that. Oh, it's one of those deals. I'll love him and I'll hug him and I'll name him Fred.
the abominable snowman.
Yes.
George. It's supposed to be making fun of. Yeah, it's supposed to be making fun of Lenny from Unbison Men. Okay, so Donald Trump had a. That's how far off we got. We went from talking about Donald Trump to felonies. That's. I mean, it's not far of a leap, but anyway, he went and he had a meeting. Involved. I don't know, but he had a meeting with the heads of some very important video game producing companies, and the problem is he wants to blame violence, the gun violence from the shooting, on video games. And it's ridiculous. It's still as ridiculous as when Jack Thompson wanted to fucking do it. There are no links to violent video games and violent crime. Actually, there's a link of violent crime dropping because of violent video games. And it's what's even funnier. We talked about Anita Sarkeesian earlier. She hates Trump, right? Hates him. She's not on board with what Trump is doing, even though it's exactly what she was trying to do, except with sexism, blaming it on video games. She's saying violence can't. She's saying that violence can't cause video games, but it can cause sexism.
No, she wants to use it. She just doesn't want to use it because Trump said it.
Right. She wants to do the exact opposite of what Trump wants.
Yeah, but if it's a game about somebody killing a guy, she doesn't care about. But if it involves a woman of some type of any kind, then she's on board.
But we're back to Jack Thompson of the fucking 90s. I went through this shit already. It's why we have the ESRB. If you want to blame anybody for anything, blame the parents. Okay? If violent video games are the fucking cause of violence, I should be out there right now with Brockis, both of us swinging broadswords, trying to kill everyone we can find to level up. I should be trying to breed a golden chocobo to get to the fucking Knights of the Round Table, the island on Knights of the Round Table, so I could summon it to beat Sephiroth. Okay, this is it. It doesn't happen. Parents need to fucking pay attention to what their kids are doing. Here's the problem. No, it's too easy now to play that victim card and say it's someone else's fault. Okay,
Exactly.
I'm not running around jumping on turtles. I grew up playing Super Mario Brothers.
Or eating
You know,
mushrooms out of the woods.
or exactly eating random mushrooms, especially the mushroom that the one is based off in the game, the death cap mushroom. Yeah, I wouldn't be here if I was following the example of video games. The parents need to make sure that their children understand that fantasy is fantasy and reality is reality. If they can't do that, then they cannot play video games. It's impossible. It's
There's
it,
there's there's a big difference between fiction and nonfiction.
exactly. I love you too, Rickist. Now, the it bothers the living shit out of me that we're back to this, because this isn't the first time. This is not the first time that they tried to take something that was very popular and turn it to something negative. There was even a movie about it, starring Tom Hanks, and it was about Dungeons and Dragons. People were saying that Dungeons and Dragons were causing children to worship Satan. Now, we're not talking about worshiping Satan, we're talking about gun violence, but it's the same basis. It's something that is very popular, is corrupting the minds of the children.
Wait,
The
wait, wait,
problem,
could this be linked to why Watsy's acting so stupid?
no, that's just them being retarded. The I wish we could find the key to Watsy not acting like fucking morons, but that's going to be impossible until they burn themselves to the ground. The But this is what they've done it with music. They've done it with Dungeons and Dragons. They actually did it with Magic the Gathering when it first started gaining popularity because of Unholy Strength, and it had the pentagram in the background with the person being sacrificed and all of the very very graphic images on the cards. It was considered satanic. Movies, music. Elvis at one point was banned because he was affecting the youth, and we look at him as the king of rock and roll. This is
Oh,
something that needs to stop.
what Christmas song did they get for being sexist? I can't remember. It was something about I can't remember the song now.
Maybe it's cold outside.
Yeah, baby, it's cold outside. Yeah, they even call that sexist. It's like, really?
That's because they don't understand what the lyrics is. The lyrics is see, the stupidity is getting to me. They don't understand what the lyrics are. They don't understand what the woman wants to stay. She's trying, all of her excuses for leaving are flippant. And all he's saying is, look, it's cold outside. Stay inside. I know you want to stay. It's not rapey. It's called courting. Do these people not understand this? Fucking hookup culture has destroyed some of the best things about getting to know people, because all they see is that they want to go out and fuck something and be done with it. They don't want to get to know someone. They don't want to do anything about it. They just want excuses. Courting, dating, the whole thing, getting to know someone, getting to see their personality is all but gone. It's all about instant gratification now. Why do you think places like um what the fuck is the app? Tinder. Why do you think Tinder exists? And Grinder. It's just instant gratification.
Never been on them.
Neither have I. I've never had to be on them. I take very very I take a lot of pride in getting to know someone, being able to talk to them, being able to get to know how they think, getting to know what they like, and in certain cases what they like done to them. But it's it's gone. It's a lost medium now. Now it's all about, here's my Twitter profile. It's all you need to know about me. I'm sorry, that's not enough. Now, if the first three words are, intersectional, gender, demi-queer, polyamorous, I'm like, oh look, I check out. That's, you know, all that stuff is. Yes, James, the word is intimacy. They don't have it anymore. Shut up, numbskull. I'm not a stalker. I just like to get to know I like to get to know the people I talk to, the people I interact with. Is that so wrong? Is it so wrong to want to know someone? I grew up in a time where you had block parties, where you didn't lock your door because you trusted your neighbors. Now, I couldn't even tell you what color my neighbors were because no one leaves their fucking house. No one wants anything to do with each other unless it's online.
Yeah, it's how things were 10 years ago and how they are now are completely different. For me, 10 years ago, even I'll go back 11 years ago, is completely different. You know, I'm glad I graduated high school when I did because I didn't have to deal with Common Core and all that other good shit.
Right.
And this whole, multiple genders and this and that stuff I don't want to get into, but I end up getting dragged into conversations and arguments about it at times, and it's like my overall stance on everything is I don't care. If someone wants to do something, that's on them. If someone believes a certain thing, that's on them. If it's something that affects me any shape or form, then I have a little bit of a problem with it. If it doesn't affect me, I don't care.
Right.
I
I
know
mean,
it's kind of a lazy way to look at it, but everyone has their own things.
well, Jester says, dude, I grew up in a small town where we took our trucks to the lake and had a few beers while sitting around a fire. I did too. Well, I didn't drink the beer, but I did that stuff. You know, where you hung out with people. It's
And not on
everybody's
Twitter.
really up on, and not on Twitter. Everybody's very up and in their own thing now. Social media is wonderful. I get to talk to you, wonderful people. I got to meet you, Sparky. You know,
That's kind of
I
neat.
it's it's a wonderful thing. But the more that we have started focusing on social media, the less we are actually being social. Think about that. What is Twitter really about? Twitter is really about expressing your own opinions, telling people what you think, telling people how to behave, why you believe they should behave that way, interacting with you, not interacting with everyone else. There's no real interaction on social media that is not selfish. It's about getting more followers than the next person. It's about getting more subscribers. It's about getting more people who are your friends on your friends list. It's always about getting more of your things. I just recently passed 1,500 subscribers.
Yeah, congratulations on that one.
Uh, Thank you. I'm not bragging, honestly. It's more along the lines of me thinking of it this way. I don't get to know all of them. When I only had 100 subscribers, anybody who talked to me, I talked to them right back. You know, I got to get to know them. Now, when I release a video that's very popular, I get inundated with comments and I can't reach. I can't talk to each individual person like I used to. I'd be doing nothing but sitting there on YouTube responding to comments.
Mm-hmm.
And I lose something. I lose that connection, which is why I like my Discord. I get to talk to the people that want to talk to me. And again, right there, I get to talk to the people that want to talk to me. I'm not trying to be selfish, but that's kind of what it is. If they want to converse, if they actually want to meet me, there's the way I get to talk to them and the way I get to interact with them. I get to get their ideas. I get to see what they want. I get to see what they say. I get to know them. And that's part important to me. And I think that's why I think that's why I have the rabid fan base that I do, is because I try and get to know them. I try and talk to them.
Yeah. Hey, I don't want to cut you off right now, but go ahead and talk to your audience for a little bit. I'll be right back in a minute.
Okay. All right, let's see. What do the comments say? Hey, I got a shill for Antoine for a moment. Am I the only one who liked this stream? No, I mean, we got a couple of likes on this stream. There's 17 right now, so ratio's not too bad. What else? Liked past tense. Thank you guys for liking the stream. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you guys joining me on this first endeavor of a Sunday morning talk show type thing. No, I always like his videos first and then watch because I know I'm gonna like it. Thank you, James. I appreciate that. Yes, everyone, I'm going to be on Numbskull's show on Thursday. He hosts kind of a Jeopardy-esque type of talk show. He has lots of interaction in the chat with his bots. I am not mechanically inclined to be able to do that yet, and he hosts a good show. So you should probably go do that. Hobbles. It's not going to be enough. I cannot rake in the numbers of the Kumite. I'm not going to even try. It's not something I'm interested in.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I had a little too much caffeine.
Well, that's caffeinated to die.
Yeah, I know. I was about to die. But no, I want to say this right now. Your channel is doing pretty good. I know that much. I think whenever I first started talking to you at 1,000.
Yeah, I'm very happy with the way it is, with the way it's going. James, whatever happened with the last video you posted with the douchebag that looked like a rejection of not getting laid Guns N' Roses impersonator? Okay. All right. Schmeckel is going to be responding. At least that's what I've been told. As soon as he responds, we'll go from there and see what happens. So as of right now, I'm just waiting on his response.
I've got a question. What did you do to piss off all these people? No, I'm being serious.
Apparently, I was just. Okay, so
you got a crazy gorilla after you. You got somebody with a bee's hive that's stealing your fucking microphones and shit. It looks like your own
don't worry. I'm going to be dealing with Bug Boy really soon. I just have, the small amount of bees is not enough to distract me from the 400-pound gorilla. So I will be dealing with Buzz as soon as I can. The fucker stole my microphone. I don't believe it. It's okay. Hobbles. I don't want to ruin it. I really don't, but I'm going to have to because I'm getting a lot of messages, believe it or not, from people. The thing between Schmeckel and myself is, think of it like WWE. It's scripted. I really don't have a problem with him. It's just this kind of started when Brockus and Zell went over there, and they started going over there a lot. It's him trying, and then he took lo-fi, and it's kind of just been this building thing where, all right, we're going to play it up. He's trying to steal my villains. What's supposed to happen, and it's supposed to happen soon, is the villains are. It's real. It's the villains are supposed to be invading the cunt stream, and we're going to take it over. And basically, I will be creating the VWO, the Villains World Order. No, I'm not The Rock. I'm Big Sexy. big difference. So we will eventually be invading the cunt stream, and then after that, the cunt stream is going to come on to the villains show for a hit back, and I think we're going to have a blow off on a medium show, someone an intermediary show, to where it's going to be kind of like the big blow off of everything. I believe so. I'm not. The way that I look at it is it's fun. Now, here's the problem that I have. Um, Antoine, not Antoine, not myself. Zell took that video and he gave it to Vamp Candy. I don't know if you know who she is. I'm sure some
Yeah.
people in the chat do. She is Tonkasol's girlfriend. Now, she has her own show, and Zell thought he could drum up some drama for what's going on between Schmeckel and myself. Instead, what happened was Vamp Candy decided, Vamp Candy, AP the Frog, and Sinatra from Sinatra Says all pretty much shat all over me. But what they don't understand is that Antoine is a character. Now, they also shat all over my picture, which I kind of took more offense to because this was designed for me by Tish, and I like it. I like it a lot. So,
Yeah, that's good.
the showing it to Vamp Candy, it fucking backfired. But the thing is I think some of the people, because not everyone who is watching right now, the 34 people that are watching right now, they're not talking in the chat, right? Well, she had 100 and something people. Her chat fucking destroyed me. Like they were saying, calling me everything under the sun. That's fine, but it was only a few people. And her chat is very similar to Tonka's chat. They're vicious. They're rabid wolves.
They
Okay?
want to see blood.
So, yes, they want blood. Now, AP the Frog, I still respect him. I think he's hilarious. Sinatra Says, I don't really watch his stuff. I've seen a couple of his things, but I've seen him on the Kumite. That's about it. Vamp Candy, I've never actually paid much attention to. But Failure was on there as well, and he was trying to actually say something, and they kept cutting him off.
I'm
So,
surprised he just didn't take over the stream.
it doesn't bother me. But it was the fact that Zell didn't let them in on the joke. They thought it was real. So I don't know if I did too well of a job with that video, because it was, for me it was fun. For me it was just taking the like if I really thought Lo-Fi was leaving, she's a very good friend of mine, a very dear friend of mine. I would do everything I possibly could to find out why she was leaving, what I did wrong.
See,
It's just fun. So I think I did it a little too well.
well, see, and that goes that goes into context and retrospect of who knows you, who knows them, and what you and they are about. Whenever I seen the video and everything was going on, because I know you, I know Lo-Fi, I don't really know Zell that well. I know Brockus. You know, whenever I seen that video come out, I seen everything was going on. It's like no, something just doesn't seem right to me. And I was on it a week or so ago, and I kept it to myself. Now I finally asked you about it just to confirm my suspicion.
Yeah, you messaged me a couple of days ago, and I told you what was going on.
Yeah,
Lo-Fi has had people messaging her, asking her if she quit the villains.
yeah, and
Hold on. James says you did an amazing job at that video. Lo-Fi did a great job too. No, you did it just right, because Lo-Fi would never, I would think, do that. That and your comebacks made it sound off. Well,
yeah.
I didn't mean. I didn't want to be too mad. I didn't want to be too mean. You know, I don't want to. I didn't want. I didn't want to be so harsh that Lo-Fi actually took offense to it. So
I think at the end of this, I mean, for you, in retrospect, this is like you said, WWE.
Yes,
And
it's
I would think at the WWE when it ends, the actors come on stage and say good job. So I would at least think at the very end, everyone at the end will probably go, oh, okay.
now I can say this. There were a couple insults that Lo-Fi didn't like, but otherwise she enjoyed the video very much. She's supposed to be also doing a response to me. It's not necessarily her, it's her little imp Svengoolie. She just needs to have some free time. She's been very, very
That
busy.
that little fucker's funny.
Yes. I keep telling her she needs to do more, but she hasn't found any articles that she wants to do on it.
Fuck, she finds them all the time for your show.
King, Schmeckel will not go on the Kumite because Tonka doesn't want him on there. And they also don't want just manufactured, they don't want a manufactured feud. They don't want people to, they want, yeah, they don't want fake drama. They want real drama.
Yeah.
Schmeckel's response to me is going to be done in the guise of Schmeckel Saw, which is his insult parody of Tonka Saw, which I am looking forward to so much. It's something that I'm actually trying to have fun with these. I've been having a lot of stress with this channel lately. I've been trying to do a lot of different things. Having the channel split off, I'm still trying to work on my schedule. I still have stuff that I have to do for some of my patrons. That's not getting done because I'm still focusing on everything else. This was just supposed to be able to blow off steam.
Yeah, I mean, it's entertainment at the end of the day, is what it is. I mean, I'm an outsider to it. I can see that. But you're gonna have your typical trolls that is gonna egg it on, and even afterwards, it's gonna be turned into a meme. You know that.
I know, I don't mind. And no, my finisher is actually the tombstone. So that's what it is. I don't
Well,
I
this
don't do the
isn't
bombs. The shattered dreams.
this.
Uh okay, so Antoine Reads is now on my second channel for anyone who wants to know. It's Antoine the Great. And that's where all the reading stuff is going to go. I can't stream on it though right now because I got a fucking community strike for uploading a goddamn live stream of two of my stories and Lo-Fi's fan fiction. So
Yeah.
I got a community strike instantly. So I don't know. I have to wait until March 28th to stream on there.
Well, I've seen that happen a couple times. Um, oh, what's his name? I can't think of it. EEE Vlog. He's a tech channel I follow. He did the same thing, and he uploaded a video on his main channel and on his second channel. He actually uploaded 5 or 6 videos, and 4 of them got knocked, and instantaneously deleted the channel. But they were his own videos.
Oh, he got no, I didn't get copyright striked. I got community strike. They said it was explicit content.
Yeah. Oh, explicit content?
Yes.
Well, I can't remember what he got. It wasn't a community strike, it was a copyright strike he got. And it was automated copyright strike
On his content, right?
on his
Yeah,
content.
copyright strikes are easily like I appealed and everything and they said no, this breaks TOS. You're still getting a strike. You can't stream. The strike will be removed on March 28th. And then you can stream again. So that's why I haven't been doing anything except the patron stuff for Antoine the Great because I want to do all of the live streams for Antoine Reads and things like that on that channel. So when I can do that, then I'll start doing more. On top of that, I have to wait because the next book that I have to be reading is 50 Shades of Grey. Ugh. But I'll read it. I'll read it. I just won't be happy about it.
See, and I've had several people come up to me, and I've gone to comments on my channel. My channel's all over the place. I'm not gonna deny this. My channel is all over the place. And it's because whenever I started my channel, I had 4 or 5 set things I wanted to do. And I'm gonna continue doing those things on my channel. I'm gonna do gameplay, I'm gonna do tech stuff, I'm gonna do unboxings and reviews, and eventually I might get to doing reviews on anime. I'm still trying to figure out how to walk around the copyright strike and actually do that, but it's something I'm eventually gotta do. Another one I might be starting on my channel is actually model builds. I've got everything in. I'm just waiting for a couple more models and some more time, and I'm gonna start detailing and assembling different style of models. I've got let's see, I've got 4 Gundam models and I got 2 Macross models.
I've seen them. I've seen the pictures. They're going to be pretty nice.
Yeah.
Real quick, James Jones says, "Oh my God, Antoine Reed's 1984. If you get community strike, that would be the biggest irony ever. It would be. It's so okay. I know. Do you feel your channel is cluttered, kind of, or because I've split my channel twice already? Because I was doing the same thing that you were doing. I was doing this stuff, not streaming, but I was doing the videos, uh, political videos and things like that. But I was also doing gaming, and my my viewers were mixed, and I could tell when someone didn't like when one part of the community of my viewers didn't like something because I would lose a subscriber or two. Now, when I was doing this, I only had like 40, so losing one, I was like, why did they leave me? But um, so I found that splitting the channel, I could focus more. And then I started to notice with all the patron stuff and doing these different things that I wanted to try, it was still more cluttered, which is why I have separated it into 2 more different things. So I have 3 freaking channels.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's
I noticed
really
that.
nice.
Well, let me answer your question with another question. What do you want your channel to be? What is it to you?
What, this one? Help for the Guildless?
Any of them. Well, let me rephrase it. What are you looking for your channel to do for you? What is it to you?
Oh God. All right. So Help for the Guildless is going to be the channel that I want to brand. It's what I want to make my brand. Okay, I want to brand the proper villains. I want to brand Antoine. I want to brand Help for the Guildless and be what it is. This is the channel that I want to grow. This is the channel that I want to have everything on. I want to be able to eventually, if it ever happens, be able to do this full time, which means I can quit my job here. Now, the other 2 channels, well, Antoine the Great is for the things that I want to do that are kind of testy, testing out how reading works or doing the reaction videos like the failure grabs,
Mm-hmm.
putting those things aside and doing different things. Well, that's what Antoine Reads is for. Antoine the Great is for that stuff. And then Cole Plays was just me, being myself, not being in character, and doing a let's play and playing Overwatch and things like that.
Okay.
So the gaming channel, when I split the channel the first time between Help for the Guildless and Cole Plays, I was actually looking to quit doing Help for the Guildless because it wasn't going anywhere. And then things happened.
Mm-hmm.
So I just decided to. I started off by splitting my time between Help for the Guildless and Call Plays, doing videos, one at a time. So I'd be working every night, and it's actually really hard. Well, when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I continued to try and do that, but
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't able to maintain doing the 2 videos a week plus the live stream of proper villains and be able to do editing for videos that I need. I still have videos on this computer right now that I need to edit and put on to the Cold Play channel. I just haven't found time. And
I
it's
understand you there.
so it's a chore. Now, don't get me wrong. I enjoy the success that I've gained from doing help for the guildless. Believe it or not, my Sargon video has had quite a few trolls that have shown up.
And they have been doing nothing but helping you out. Because
Oh
I've seen
yes.
the numbers on that video, and it's quite remarkable.
So, I just it's I started this out as a hobby, and it's become more for me. It's become a lot more, and it's because I enjoy it so much. So
Okay.
when I say that I work 3 full-time jobs, two of those jobs are out of love. So I work my security job. That's not out of love. That's out of necessity. I'm a father, which that is out of love. I love my daughter. I love my family,
Mm-hmm.
and I do YouTube, and it's I love it. I love it a lot. Now, it has given me some of the worst anxiety I have ever had,
Amen to
but
that.
but but I still do it. Like, okay, I people in the chat, I'm glad you liked the video. I thought my Schmeckle video was shit. I hated it, but I needed it. I needed to know it was going out there. See you later, Joshua.
Yeah.
I
Take care,
I
man.
needed I needed to it needed to go out. But I thought because I had done the jokes so much, I didn't think they were funny anymore. So I thought it was shit, and I put it out there, and it's gotten more than average views. My Sargon videos is well above average, but it's got more than average views. It's got more than average interaction. And
Yeah.
but that's my thought process for every single fucking video now. When I had 40, 50 subscribers, I would go in there, I would be done with a video and be like, yes, the video is perfect. Audio sucks, but the video is perfect. And that would be my thought process. And they're gonna love this. And nothing. And now I put effort, I put time, I put the different changes of the pictures and the music and everything else. And even doing all of that, it's it in my head on my way home from work, I'm going, they're going to hate this. This is going to be the one that gets everyone to unsubscribe from me. And I'm continually blown away by the fact that people enjoy even the things that I think are horrible.
Well, see, and that right there can lead me into what you asked me about mine. Mine, I do it purely out of fun and a hobby. Now, you and me have talked on live streams and all that other good stuff about certain events that happened 2 months ago. And that was because I got to a point, I think I got to the same point you got to a long, long time ago. And it was, I've been doing this for almost a year, and I was at around 50, 60 subscribers.
Right.
And what got me, kind of upset the whole deal was the fact of I try my damnedest and my hardest to put everything I can into the videos and walk with what I got. Like I said, whenever you got a slow internet connection, doing a 15-minute video can take 2 to 3 hours to upload. And then whenever my videos are uploading, it completely kills my internet. So I don't have satellite. I don't have TV. Only thing I've got is online entertainment, like Netflix, watching stuff on the internet, YouTube, Hulu, all that other good stuff. So in order to watch stuff at the house, I had to have an internet connection. So whenever I upload a video, it kills all that. So I usually do them in the middle of the night. Not only
Right.
that, I work a full-time job that can pull anywhere from 50, 60 to anywhere to 80 hours a week at times. And not only that, I'm also a volunteer firefighter. So at any given point in time, out of randomness, I can have 1, 2 to 8 calls a day. And that cuts into what free time I have left to do. So what free time I have left to do, I either spend with my girlfriend or I do stuff on my YouTube channel. And I got to the point of like seeing my friends. When me and my friends started out, we were at the same at the same level. And he's working with the same equipment I got, probably less. And seeing him bolster his numbers so quick with so few videos and the equipment he has, like, how the fuck do you do it? And same with a couple other people I've been following, they quickly gained subscribers from 2,000 to 5,000, and it's like, good God, how are you guys doing this? And it's something that's always baffled me. And I kind of broke down, and I got to the point of it's like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, and eventually I had to go back and rethink how I looked at it, and I think I was expecting too much from my channel, and I think I was expecting too much for myself for my channel, and forgot why I originally started the channel for. Was a hobby. Basically, I just want to put stuff I love to do and I want to do out there. Whether it be me working on stuff, me showing how something works, reviewing something, playing games with my friend, or anything else like that. And that's basically what Sparky's Stat Corner is. I don't expect to make money from it. I don't expect to have a Patreon put on it. I don't expect to have a PayPal put on it. And I basically came to the fact of if it's a slow growth, it's a slow growth. If it's a rapid growth, it's a rapid growth. I'm going to continue doing what I do because the way I look at it, it's my outlet to do what I want with, and it's my hobby. And if people enjoy it, by all means, please enjoy it.
Oh,
If you don't enjoy it, well, I'm sorry if you don't enjoy it. You're free to come back when there's something that you do enjoy, or if you don't want to come back ever again, that's your choice. I cannot stop you from doing that.
right.
But that's how I ended up getting the viewpoint now, and that's where I'm going to continue looking at it. Is it's my outlet to escape. So if it's cluttered, it's cluttered, and it's because it's stuff that I want to do. And to me, opening up multiple channels seems to be going to be a big mess and big hassle. I'm always struggling enough right now with everything I got, plus running YouTube and then Twitter and then Facebook. I don't need to add a second channel to that.
Well, I mean, I had to, like I said, I was able to tell when people didn't like whatever, but I didn't want to keep it cluttered, so that's what ended up happening. We have Lo-Fi in the chat. She decided to finally show up.
Yeah, she just woke up too.
She's been very busy. She's been jumping on everyone's streams. So hold on just a second.
So she's become a stream hopper. So how have you been, Lo-Fi?
All right, I'm back. So, oh, how long have we been going? 2 hours or so?
That's not bad.
It's not bad for a morning show. Well, I guess we should end it here. It's best I can say. So, thank you for joining.
You're too late, Lo-Fi. I'm sorry.
This is going to be something I'm going to try to do every Sunday morning, folks. And if Sparky can join me, he can join me. So I hope you've enjoyed Caffeinated to Die. I have been joined by my wonderful co-host Sparky. Is there anything you got to? Is there anything you have to say, Sparky?
Drink lots of caffeine.
Drink lots. Well, I happen to be almost out of my caffeine, so I am going to have to call it quits for tonight, for this morning, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful day. I hope you join us next time. Remember, this Tuesday, Proper Villains, 4 p.m. And hopefully I will have videos out for you sometime this week. So thank you very much. I will have the links and everything for Sparky for his Twitter and YouTube in the description down below. You guys have a wonderful morning. Drink as much coffee as you can. And remember, caffeinate or die.